exactly how do we plant strawberries? Do we plant the seeds directly? Do we propagate? Take us through the process of planting the strawberries.
After soil testings, and after taking our soil, the samples, now we come with manure. We now do manure application on the soil, on the bed now. And the measurements for the manure is 1 bucket of 20 liters, full bucket. You measure 2 meters, and you put 1 bucket. 2 meters, 1 bucket. We do now install drips because you cannot be able to plant or to grow strawberries without drips. Simply because I had said that strawberries are heavy feeders and they require much water, and also they require a lot of manure. The only thing that strawberry requires are those 2 things. Now, we have 3 ways of getting plants or getting seedlings from strawberries. Number 1, when you look at the strawberry itself, when you look at the fruit itself, you see some things that looks like decorations on top of the fruit. Those decorations are the seeds for the strawberries. So when you remove those seeds and you put them somewhere to dry, after 1 week, if you plant those seeds, and this one we have tried like twice or thrice, if you plant those seeds, let's say you have planted like 100 seeds, okay, they will germinate, but not all of them. And after germination, you'll be able to realize that the plants that are coming out of the seeds are very weak, so they are not good for the propagation of the strawberries. Now, that is one way. So we normally tell our farmers, you can use them, but they will not give you quality seedlings. Number 2, when we are planting strawberries, there are 2 things that happens in the strawberries plant. After 1.5 months, you planted 1 seedling or 1 cuttings. There is suckers. We can use suckers, and you can use runners. Now, if you look at my hand here, I have suckers. This is 1 sucker that I have removed from strawberry plant. So strawberries plant, you planted 1, it is like banana. You planted 1, it starts shooting. Those shoots, you can remove them and you plant them somewhere else. But also, apart from shootings, they also remove a certain thing, looks like a leaf, but it is a runner. It is very long, and its work is we normally call it runner because it is running. Runners are not the best for you to plant strawberries, simply because they are not coming direct from the mother. Now, after you have planted strawberries, let's say like today, those strawberries have gone into dormancy for 14 days. They will stay there for 14 days. Why? Because all these leaves that we have, they will dry and all the roots will die. So in many cases, we normally trim the leaves when we are going to plant the strawberries, and we trim the roots, because when we plant for those 14 days, they will be in dormancy. Your work is only to water them for them to produce new roots. So when they produce new roots, they start producing new leaves.
What are the ecological conditions that favor strawberry farming? What kind of climate, maybe perhaps?
In hot areas, what you require is more water. In those cold areas, you don't require more water. And if you hear people saying the fruits that are coming from Ukambani, the eastern region, are sweet, it is because the area is very hot. And since it is very hot, the word horticulture came from the hot areas. So when you're doing horticulture in hot areas, even strawberries, if you do them in hot areas, the strawberries are going to be sweet. The reason why we are using this mulching is because strawberries is 2 names. straw and berry. We use now wheat straw for you to apply on the berries. This is just berries, and since strawberries after harvesting you're not supposed to wash them, so you need to put something on top of it. So when you're harvesting a clean fruit. That's why we are using mulching. Now this mulching helps us in three things. One, it helps us to control weeds. So whenever we have put the mulching, no weeds will come out. Another thing, it helps us when we put water, the sun will not consume our water because yes. And another thing, the third thing is about how to keep our fruits clean for the market, because you're not supposed to wash strawberries after harvesting them.
And what are the most common pests and diseases that attacks the strawberries?
Pests love green things. And if I mention like three of them, we have those flies that are white flies. We have thrips. We have a way of controlling them without using chemicals. If you look around our farm, you will see some traps. We have been able to put them. Those traps are good. We normally use blue and yellow traps because there are some pests that cannot be sprayed. You cannot spray them. You cannot kill them using chemicals. We normally tell our farmers, when we are going to plant strawberries, you must first of all treat those plants. There is a way of treating them for 24 hours. They stay you put water in a basin, you put some chemical inside, so you dip your strawberries for 24 hours. So when they stay there, all the diseases should die.
So I can see in this farm they have actually put up a shade net. Why is it important?
We normally use shade net because strawberries fruits have a lot of enemies, and the enemy number one is we human beings. Another enemy is the birds. As you can hear, they are talking because they love eating strawberries. So when they enter into the strawberries farm, they will be able to eat your strawberry, but they will not finish it. They will leave for you a piece. But you see now, if they leave a piece for you, you cannot be able to sell that strawberry. So the challenges that we normally have in strawberries farming, first of all, is that there is one thing that destroys our strawberries fruits, and it is called snails and slugs. We ask people to use a beer. A beer is very good for controlling those snails. Another challenge is about drought. When we go into drought season, some strawberries, because of lack of water, can be able to dry. Because, as I told you, strawberries have fibrous roots, not tap roots, so they cannot be able to stay long without water. So you need to be watering them like twice or thrice in a week. Yeah, it is high. For those 3 years, without water, you cannot be able to do strawberries farming.
That is all we had time for on today's episode of Youth in Agriculture. Thank you so much for keeping it here. If you have a story that you want to share with us, let us know through the SMS code that is on your screen. But until next time, enjoy the rest of our programming.